Welcome to my channel to everyone who's new here, and of course those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Render, ONDO, SUI and HBAR. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. And if you also want to trade with cheap taker fees, then I can recommend you the crypto exchange mexc, which has a higher trading volume than Bitget, OKX and Bybit. But as you can see, the taker fees are far much lower than on the other top crypto exchanges, and on top of that you can save another 20% on those low taker fees if you use my referral link, which you can find in the video description. And also 100 pairs zero fees, but in this case 118 pairs are currently tradable without any fees, just on mexc, and here you can see some popular altcoins which you can trade. So let's get to Render. Like I said in the previous video, Bitcoin is the only coin which is more difficult to track. Bitcoin is currently looking even bullish, while all the other altcoins are looking bearish. The altcoins did their retest, and now we have to see if they are going to do a follow through. So, Render, rising wedge, a big one, which broke to the downside here, which got the retest here, and afterwards we have said shoulder, head, shoulder formatation, which broke to the downside, which got its retest here, and now we can go for lower prices for a Render. So basically what I have done is I went into a short trade here and here. And now I have increased my position size a lot here. So basically my average price is currently somewhere here in that area. And there is also my stop loss. Yeah, because my leverage for Render is currently the highest. So I can't take much risk for Render. If I would open a short trade, my first one here, then I would set my stop loss over the red trend line or even over the high here. So basically somewhere in the area $4.58 to $4.50. The plan for now is we have here the length of one shoulder. Which one did I take? I took this one. One shoulder here. We even hit almost the target, the $4.13, but we can even change it to the length of the head, because it looks like that we are going to drop a bit more. The target of the head is the $4.06 for Render, but the rising wedge, the bigger one, is showing us a target of $3.22 for Render. So I think we have more downside potential. I can imagine something like we drop, then we get something like a rising wedge or bear flag, then we break here again to the downside and get at least to $3.80. This is my target for Render. At the $3.80 I will look for getting out completely of the Render trade, because I think the gains are high for me already. Maybe I will even take some profits and let the my other position size, my smaller one, then run to the take profit, because I think Render even has the potential going down to $3.03. Yeah, but I actually don't want to hunt every single penny, because Render already did some good pushes to the upside. If we look, for example, here, the 1 hour candle was 15%. I don't want that to happen to me, because if we are getting into a fair value gap, I can expect a bounce for Render. For example, this one here, if we then take 15% to the upside within 1 hour, and if I forget to set a stop loss, then my whole gains are gone for Render. So basically that's why I want to take profits a bit earlier. I think Render is dangerous once it gets lower than $3.80, because anytime soon we can get a bounce there. But wait, let's wait for the chart development of Render. I think Render is short at the moment. So what about ONDO? For ONDO we have said that we can get into the circle area with a higher chance because we already broke here a double top pattern. This one here. We broke it to the downside. We got the target into the target. I think I have said it yesterday as well, but I didn't take it out, I think. But I have said it again. Yeah, sometimes saying something twice is better. So 85 cents also broke to the downside here. Got here the retest. Okay, we got over it again, but we didn't break the 86.68 cents to the upside again. So ONDO is short to me with the stop loss over the tops here. And if we break the 82.2 cents to the downside, then we can meet the fair value gap. Yeah, the fair value gap should get closed maybe even today or tomorrow before the Fed is going to publish if they are doing rate cuts or not. So I think the 79.7 cents to 74.5 cents, this is the take profit area where I want to leave my ONDO trade completely. And then I'm just going to watch what ONDO is going to do because we don't have fair value gaps left lower than us. Yeah, we still have one far lower at 62 cents, 65 cents. We can get there, but the current stage is that the altcoins are going to get a higher low on the bigger chart. This is a low here. This here is going to get a higher low. And after that, we can get the push to the upside. That's the plan now, because all the coins are showing that. ONDO is a bit weaker at the moment, but it doesn't mean that ONDO is going to get a new low, in my view, at the current stage. Yeah, we still have to wait how the price is going to develop. So, what about SUI? I think SUI is currently in a rectangle. And I've also went into a short trade for SUI. Increased my position size because I think this is here a rectangle. If we break it to the downside, which is currently the $3.15, the target of the rectangle is the $2.80, but here we have a support box between $2.85 to $3.07, so this can be our first take profit. But also we have here a fair value gap down to $2.47. If we break to the downside, and SUI is currently showing some signs of weakness, the drop here is I think 10%. Let's see. Yeah, 9%, and this is this within 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours, 9% price drop. It's a lot. It's a lot. For sure, we are in the altcoin sector. In the altcoin sector, it can it's pretty normal. But for SUI, which had such a strength, if we break to the downside and we meet the target of the rectangle, then it's 11%. As you can see, SUI already did a 9% drop within 12 hours. So 11% can also be done for SUI. The target of the shoulder head shoulder formatation, this one here, is still ongoing. It is the $3.01.6. I will also put you here a price mark. This price target is also in our take profit box. So I think it is probably smart to take profits between $3 at $3 and 1.5 cents for SUI, where we also have a small fair value gap. So there I'm going to close a small size of SUI, not 50%, but I think at least 25%. If we get to $2.85, then I'm going to take out afterwards 33%. So in total, if I take 25% in the beginning and afterwards 33%, then I took 50% out of the trade. Yeah, it's a bit math, but 50% is out of the trade then, and I can run with the other 50% down to the fair value gap here, which is around about at $2.55. So SUI was short to me here and here. Yeah, because all the other coins beside Bitcoin did a perfect retest of their bearish pattern. So I went into a short trade there. I see that SUI is also having a retest, but of an support resistance box. And we didn't push to the upside. So basically I've increased my position size here, and I'm going for a bigger short position in hopefully this fair value gap, but let's see how it's going to work out. Stop loss is already set to break even in my case. If I jump into a new trade for SUI, yeah, then I would actually take my stop loss here, or if I want to give the trade more space, then here. If I want to play more risky with a higher leverage, which I don't want to do, but then I would actually put my stop loss here. Yeah, so it depends a bit on your game style for SUI. So what about HBAR? HBAR also broke to the downside. We had here the green trend line, which meant that it is our best support. We had that trend line since, I think, 2 weeks on the chart, maybe 3 weeks. This was our long trend, our long line for this push here. And we lost that support. If we lose support, it's going to get resistance. And what I've also tracked here is a shoulder head shoulder formatation. This one here, which also broke to the downside. We broke here to the downside. We got here the first retest. Follow through. Second retest. So I think we can sell off. I think the first take profit is the 16.78 cents. But if we then meet the target of the shoulder head shoulder formatation, and I'm using the target of one shoulder, I'm not using the head as target. So I'm using the spread here. Oh no, which one did I use? I think the left one, because that's, yeah, it's less bearish. Put it to the breakout point. We can even put it to our retest point. 16.26 cents is going to get our target if we use the shoulder. But I think the 16.07 is going to get more interesting. Here I want to close my trade for HBAR. Most likely. Yeah, in that area I want to have 50% out of the trade. So 25% out of the trade once we get to 16.78 cents. And another 33% once we get into the area 16.26 cents to 16.07 cents. Then I still have 50% in my trade and can go down to 15.4 cents or even break to the downside that as well. And then we have to see if we are going to drop to 14.3 cents. Yeah, we can also look where the Fibonacci levels are. It's also going to get interesting. I haven't done it for HBAR yet. So, interesting. Very interesting. So this area here, now I will put a box. Do I find it? Where is the box? Yeah, I forgot where the box is. Okay, not a big deal. I will do it with this one here. So, the area here is very interesting. Yeah, it's the 0.786 Fibonacci to 0.618 Fibonacci. Now I'm taking out the Fibonacci retracements. And then you can see we have here support trend line, 15.42 cents. And here we have a second support, 14.3 cents. So this area is going to get interesting. In that area, I doubt that we are going to break it to the downside. Yeah, for all the coins, like I have said, I don't know for which coin, for ONDO I have said it. we expect that this was our local low. This was the first push. Then we form a higher low on the bigger chart and then push to the upside. This is my game plan at the moment for all the coins. So, I hope that I gave you some valuable information and yeah, some profitable future trades. Let's say it like that. Yeah, we have already done some profitable trades. We have also done some loser trades. I'm also going to show you if I have done some losers. Like for example, Bitcoin was yesterday my loser, but the 9 other coins did quite a good job. So, thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.